Do you ever wonder why your blood sugar spikes after every meal, even when you think you're eating healthy? What if I told you your doctor never checked the most dangerous spikes lurking silently in your bloodstream? Those hidden surges aren't just numbers. They're slowly damaging your nerves, your kidneys, and your heart. Imagine feeling exhausted, dizzy, and anxious multiple times a day, and no one explains why. Now picture a simple kitchen spice sitting in your pantry that could stop these spikes in just 1 week. You might think it's too good to be true, but clinical studies prove it works. The right type of this spice is medicine-level effective, without prescriptions, side effects, or expensive tests. Most seniors never hear about this because doctors push pills instead of secrets hiding in plain sight. You could be seconds away from stabilizing your blood sugar naturally. Stay with me because what I'm about to reveal could completely change your life after 60. Most people grab the cheap cinnamon on their grocery shelf and think it's helping, but it's actually harming your liver. That ordinary cinnamon, called Cassia, contains a toxin called coumarin, which in high doses thins blood and attacks the liver. You're trying to fix your blood sugar, but you could be causing long-term damage without knowing it. Ceylon cinnamon, also called true cinnamon or Ceylon, is safe, powerful, and proven to reduce post-meal spikes by nearly 30%. But even knowing the type isn't enough. Most seniors use the wrong dose. Take too little, nothing happens. Take too much, and you risk dangerously low blood sugar. If your blood sugar is unstable, you know that crash feeling. Shakiness, dizziness, racing heart, it's terrifying. 1 teaspoon of the correct cinnamon with each meal can stabilize your sugar, and it only costs pennies a day, not hundreds of dollars. Marvin, 68, was trapped in this roller coaster for years. His fasting blood sugar was high, but the post-meal spikes and crashes were the real problem. After breakfast, his sugar would soar to dangerous levels, then crash 2 hours later, leaving him shaky and exhausted. Lunch, dinner, the cycle repeated, leaving him anxious and drained all day. His endocrinologist prescribed Acarbose, a $300 per month medication that promised control, but also diarrhea, gas, and constant bathroom trips. Within hours, Marvin's stomach cramped. He felt humiliated and defeated. Even reducing the dose didn't help. He had to quit. He felt hopeless, thinking there was no natural solution. But then I asked a question his doctor never did. Do you use cinnamon? That simple question would change everything. He looked confused. Cinnamon? Yes, not the cheap Cassia type, but true Ceylon cinnamon. Ceylon cinnamon, imported from Sri Lanka. This spice contains polyphenols that slow carbohydrate digestion and improve insulin sensitivity, just like Acarbose, but without the side effects or cost. 1 teaspoon with a meal reduces post-meal spikes by 29%, clinically proven. Marvin's endocrinologist never mentioned it because there's no profit in pennies per day solutions. Most patients continue spending hundreds on pills while missing the real fix in their pantry. But even with the right type, dosing matters. Too little does nothing. Too much risks hypoglycemia. I gave Marvin the exact teaspoon and timing protocol. Within a week, his roller coaster blood sugar pattern started to stabilize. Here's what causes those dangerous spikes in seniors. When you eat carbs, bread, rice, potatoes, or fruit, they break down into glucose. In healthy people, insulin rises. Cells absorb glucose and sugar normalizes within 2 hours. But over 60, insulin resistance is common. Your cells respond poorly. Your pancreas overworks and sugar stays high for hours. That prolonged elevation inflames blood vessels, damages nerves, and strains kidneys. When insulin finally works, it often overshoots, causing reactive hypoglycemia, the shakiness, dizziness, and fatigue you dread. Spike after spike, your body is exhausted and anxious all day. Most medications, like Acarbose, only slow digestion. They don't improve insulin sensitivity, and they cause gas, bloating, and diarrhea. Cinnamon works differently. It fixes the cause, not just the symptom. Cinnamon's polyphenols, especially a compound called cinnamaldehyde, activate insulin receptors on your cells. This makes them more responsive to insulin, so you need less to control sugar. Spikes are reduced and crashes disappear. Gastric emptying also slows slightly, so carbs are absorbed gradually, blunting post-meal surges. Clinical studies back this up. 1 teaspoon of true cinnamon with a high-carb meal drops blood sugar by almost 30%. No gas, no bloating, no diarrhea, just steady control. Meanwhile, Cassia cinnamon continues to silently harm your liver with coumarin. Seniors using generic cinnamon daily are unknowingly risking chronic liver damage. True cinnamon is safe, effective, effective and remarkably simple. The results are fast. Marvin felt the difference within a week. By day 1, Marvin sprinkled 1 teaspoon of true cinnamon on his breakfast oatmeal, one with lunch and one with dinner. Post-breakfast, his sugar peaked lower than it had in months, and 2 hours later, it stayed stable instead of crashing. Day 3, the spikes were down even further. No shakes, no dizziness, no panic over blood sugar crashes. The roller coaster that defined his life was disappearing. Day 7, his continuous glucose monitor showed stable readings all day long. He finally felt normal. His pancreas wasn't overcompensating, his insulin levels were balanced, and the reactive hypoglycemia was gone. This is why the right cinnamon at the right dose works faster and safer than any prescription. Seniors don't need to fear every meal. They can take control naturally. After 4 weeks, Marvin's blood sugar control had improved dramatically. Post-meal peaks were consistently lower, crashes were gone, and he even lost a few pounds without trying. Hemoglobin A1C, a measure of average blood sugar, dropped from 7.8% to 7.1%. Borderline diabetic, now trending toward normal. The anxiety, exhaustion, and constant worry were gone. His endocrinologist couldn't argue with the results. 1 teaspoon of true cinnamon per meal stabilized him better than $300 a month medications. He saw the proof on his monitor and felt it in his body. Seniors often overlook a simple intervention while chasing expensive prescriptions with miserable side effects. True cinnamon works on multiple levels: insulin sensitivity, slower carb absorption, and stable blood sugar. It's a small, safe step with massive impact. Identifying true cinnamon is critical. Look for labels that say Ceylon or Cinnamomum verum. Generic cinnamon is almost always Cassia, reddish-brown, thick, and single-layered bark. Ceylon sticks are tan, thin, and multi-layered. Brands like Simply Organic Ceylon Cinnamon or Frontier Co-op are reliable, available online or in specialty stores. 1 bottle lasts about 6 days at 3 teaspoons per day, costing only $12 a month. Compare that to $300 monthly for Acarbose. Seniors save over $3,000 annually. Incorporate cinnamon consistently. Oatmeal, yogurt, coffee, protein shakes, roasted vegetables, or grilled chicken. Sweet or savory, it works. The key is consistency. Skip a meal and the spike returns. True cinnamon is the overlooked solution hiding in plain sight. If you're taking medications like Acarbose, talk to your doctor before adding cinnamon. It can lower blood sugar and cause hypoglycemia if combined. Monitor before and 2 hours after meals. Within a week, expect spikes to drop 20 to 50 points. Powdered cinnamon is better absorbed than supplements, but standardized extracts are an alternative for convenience. 1 teaspoon per meal or 500 to 1,000 milligrams of extract twice daily works. Over 60, this simple habit can replace expensive prescriptions, reduce side effects, and restore energy, focus, and confidence. Marvin's story proves it. Seniors often feel trapped by medications and side effects, but this kitchen spice gives them freedom and control. It's safe, effective, and life-changing. Don't ignore it. Your liver and your blood sugar depend on the correct type. Many seniors over 60 never realize that cheap cinnamon can slowly damage the liver while trying to control blood sugar. Cassia cinnamon contains coumarin, a naturally occurring toxin that accumulates over time. Chronic exposure can raise liver enzymes, trigger hepatitis, and in severe cases lead to liver failure. Ceylon cinnamon, however, contains almost no coumarin and is completely safe for daily use. Just 1 teaspoon with every meal improves insulin sensitivity and stabilizes sugar spikes. The effect is fast. Within days, blood sugar patterns start to normalize. Your pancreas isn't overworking anymore. Reactive hypoglycemia disappears. Your energy returns. And all of this for pennies a day, not hundreds of dollars. Even seniors who follow strict diets and exercise routines often still struggle with blood sugar spikes. That's because it's not just what you eat, it's how your body processes it. True cinnamon activates insulin receptors, helping your cells absorb glucose efficiently. It slows gastric emptying slightly, giving your body time to handle carbs without dangerous surges. 1 teaspoon per meal makes a noticeable difference. Over time, A1C drops, post-meal peaks decrease, and crashes disappear. You feel calmer, more alert, and more energized throughout the day. No expensive medications, no side effects, just a kitchen spice you already know. But the right type and dose are critical. You can't just grab any cinnamon on the shelf. Marvin's story is typical of many seniors. Fasting blood sugar looked manageable, but post-meal spikes and crashes destroyed his energy. Doctors doctor's prescribed medication, but it caused gas, bloating, and diarrhea. He quit after 1 week, desperate for a natural solution. Introducing True Cinnamon changed everything. Within days, his blood sugar roller coaster flattened. No more spikes above 200, no more crashes below 70. He could think clearly, move freely, and enjoy meals without fear. His pancreas finally got a break. Seniors often overlook this simple intervention because doctors focus on prescriptions, not pantry solutions. True Cinnamon is cheap, safe, and clinically proven. Here's why this spice works so well. The polyphenols in True Cinnamon improve insulin sensitivity, activating the receptors that cells use to absorb glucose. This reduces the amount of insulin your pancreas needs to release after meals. Spikes decrease, crashes vanish, and sugar stays in a safe range. Studies show 1 teaspoon per meal lowers post-meal blood sugar by nearly 30%. It even helps improve cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Unlike medications, there are no digestive side effects. Seniors over 60 can regain control of their blood sugar without relying on expensive prescriptions. It's simple, natural, and powerful. The right cinnamon is the missing piece. Consistency is the key to success. Sprinkle 1 teaspoon of True Cinnamon on breakfast oatmeal, mix it in coffee, add it to lunch soups or salads, and include it in dinner vegetables or grilled meats. Sweet or savory, it works the same. Do this every day and watch your post-meal spikes drop. Skip a meal and the spike returns. Daily dosing maintains stable glucose and prevents the reactive hypoglycemia that seniors dread. Within a week, you'll notice improved energy, fewer cravings, and a calmer mood. Your pancreas works less, insulin levels normalize, and your overall health improves. All this for less than $15 a month. Many seniors panic when they hear about medications like Acarbose, insulin, or metformin, thinking these are the only solutions. They struggle with side effects and rising costs. True Cinnamon offers a natural alternative that works just as effectively for post-meal spikes. 1 teaspoon per meal stabilizes sugar, prevents crashes, and restores energy. No bloating, no gas, no diarrhea. Even better, it's safe for long-term use and supports liver health when you choose Ceylon cinnamon. Over 60, this small adjustment transforms daily life. Meals are no longer stressful, energy is stable, and anxiety from spikes disappears. It's a natural, proven, and cost-effective solution. Seniors often underestimate the danger of reactive hypoglycemia. That mid-morning crash, post-lunch dizziness, or pre-bed shakiness may seem minor, but it signals dangerous swings in blood sugar. True Cinnamon addresses the root cause by improving insulin sensitivity and slowing carb absorption. 1 teaspoon with each meal keeps glucose steady and prevents those scary crashes. Even stubborn spikes that medications fail to control respond to this simple approach. Energy returns, focus sharpens, and seniors regain confidence. No side effects, no invasive interventions, just a tiny kitchen spice. Consistent use is all it takes. The results are visible within the first week. For seniors, the difference between Cassia and Ceylon cinnamon is critical. Cassia is thick, reddish, and cheap, but it contains coumarin, which can quietly damage the liver. Ceylon cinnamon is tan, thin, multi-layered, and safe. Brands like Simply Organic, Frontier Co-op, or Sri Lankan Ceylon cinnamon are reliable. 1 teaspoon with each meal for 30 days costs less than $15 compared to $300 a month for medication. That's a savings of thousands annually. Plus, no side effects. The choice is simple. Risk liver damage and expensive drugs, or stabilize your blood sugar naturally and safely. This small adjustment has enormous impact on seniors' health and quality of life. Adding cinnamon is easy and flexible. Sprinkle on oatmeal or fruit at breakfast, mix into coffee or tea, add to smoothies, or season roasted vegetables and grilled meats. Sweet or savory, it works. Seniors don't need to change their diet drastically. The key is timing. Cinnamon should be taken with every meal to maximize absorption and control post-meal spikes. 1 teaspoon per meal ensures optimal effect. Within a week, blood sugar stabilizes, energy returns, and reactive hypoglycemia disappears. This simple, inexpensive habit replaces costly medications and restores confidence. Within a month of consistent use, seniors notice dramatic changes. Post-meal peaks drop, crashes disappear, fasting blood sugar lowers, and A1C improves. Energy returns, mood stabilizes, and anxiety from spikes vanishes. Even doctors are surprised at how effective True cinnamon can be. Over 60, you no longer need to fear every meal or chase expensive prescriptions with side effects. True cinnamon works naturally, safely, and effectively. It's clinically proven, affordable, and easy to incorporate. The results speak for themselves. 1 teaspoon with each meal can change the course of your blood sugar control. It's the simple solution seniors have been missing. Many seniors never realize that one tiny kitchen habit can replace expensive medications. True cinnamon isn't just flavor, it actively reduces post-meal blood sugar spikes. 1 teaspoon with every meal helps stabilize glucose, prevents crashes, and restores energy. Unlike Acarbose or insulin, there's no bloating, diarrhea, or gas. Your pancreas finally gets a break, and insulin sensitivity improves. This is clinically proven and safe for long-term use. Cassia cinnamon, the cheap grocery variety, is toxic in high doses. Seniors over 60 must choose the right type. Ceylon cinnamon is tan, multi-layered, and free of liver-toxic coumarin. Small daily adjustments, huge impact. Reactive hypoglycemia is a silent threat for seniors. That mid-morning shakiness, dizziness after lunch, or pre-bed sweats aren't normal. They signal dangerous swings in glucose. True cinnamon fixes the problem at the root. Polyphenols in the spice improve insulin sensitivity, activate receptors, and slow carb absorption. Just 1 teaspoon per meal flattens the spikes and stops the crashes. Energy returns. Focus improves. Anxiety fades. Seniors regain control over daily life. No expensive prescriptions, no side effects, no guesswork. 1 kitchen spice, consistently used, can completely change blood sugar management. Many seniors over 60 rely on doctors to prescribe medications without ever learning about natural solutions. Acarbose, insulin, and metformin are expensive, cause side effects, and often don't fully stabilize blood sugar. True cinnamon does what medications do without the downsides. 1 teaspoon with each meal lowers post-meal glucose by nearly 30%, prevents reactive hypoglycemia, and supports liver health. When using Ceylon cinnamon, energy returns, focus improves, and seniors feel normal again. The results are fast. Within the first week, this simple daily habit is cheaper than coffee and more effective than drugs. Most people grab any cinnamon in the pantry, unaware of the difference between Cassia and Ceylon. Cassia is reddish-brown, thick, and cheap, but contains coumarin, a liver toxin. Ceylon cinnamon is light tan, thin, multi-layered, and safe for daily use. 1 teaspoon per meal is all it takes. Over 60, this small switch protects your liver while stabilizing blood sugar. Post-meal spikes decrease, crashes disappear, and your energy returns. Insulin sensitivity improves. Anxiety over meals vanishes. Seniors finally feel in control. The difference is dramatic and clinically proven. Seniors often worry about medications causing bloating, diarrhea, or fatigue. True cinnamon avoids all of these problems. Sprinkle it on oatmeal, coffee, lunch salads, or dinner vegetables. Sweet or savory, it works. Timing matters. 1 teaspoon with every meal maximizes absorption and post-meal control. Within days, the blood sugar roller coaster disappears. Energy levels rise. Focus improves. Anxiety fades. Seniors regain confidence in daily health. No side effects, minimal cost, huge results. Cinnamon works in 2 ways. It improves insulin sensitivity and slows carb absorption. Both mechanisms reduce post-meal spikes and prevent reactive hypoglycemia. Polyphenols in Ceylon cinnamon activate insulin receptors, helping cells use glucose efficiently. Gastric emptying slows slightly, giving the body time to process carbs. 1 teaspoon per meal is enough for clinically proven results. Over 60, these small changes have a huge impact. Energy levels stabilize, cravings reduce, and anxiety disappears. Meals become enjoyable, not stressful. No expensive prescriptions, just a pantry spice that works. Many seniors don't realize the hidden cost of medications. Acarbose costs $300 per month, may cause diarrhea, bloating, and gas, and often requires dose adjustments. Ceylon cinnamon costs $12 per month, has 0 side effects, and works just as well. 1 teaspoon per meal stabilizes blood sugar, prevents crashes, and improves energy. It's clinically proven to reduce post-meal spikes by 29%. Your pancreas gets a break, insulin levels normalize, and reactive hypoglycemia stops. Over 60, this simple solution replaces costly prescriptions. Energy, focus, and confidence return. Small Small effort, big results. Seniors often think sugar spikes are unavoidable after meals, but it's not true. True cinnamon stops them naturally. Cassia cinnamon may harm your liver, but Ceylon cinnamon is safe. Sprinkle it on breakfast. Mix it in coffee. Add it to lunch or dinner. 1 teaspoon per meal is enough. Post-meal peaks drop, crashes vanish, and energy returns. Your pancreas works less, insulin stabilizes, and anxiety disappears. Within a week, results are noticeable. Within a month, fasting glucose improves and A1C drops. It's the simple, cost-effective blood sugar solution seniors over 60 have been missing. Reactive hypoglycemia can leave seniors exhausted, dizzy, and anxious all day. It's caused by insulin overcompensating for post-meal spikes. True cinnamon solves this naturally by activating insulin receptors and improving glucose absorption. Gastric emptying slows, spikes flatten, and crashes disappear. 1 teaspoon with every meal ensures consistent control. Energy returns, focus sharpens, and anxiety fades. Meals no longer feel risky. Over 60, it's the simplest way to stabilize blood sugar without expensive medications or side effects. Clinical studies prove it works. One small spice, consistently used, changes daily life completely. Consistency is critical. Sprinkle 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon on breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sweet or savory, it works. Daily use prevents post-meal spikes and reactive hypoglycemia. Energy returns, focus improves, and anxiety fades. Within a week, blood sugar stabilizes. Within a month, A1C drops and fasting glucose improves. Cassia cinnamon is cheap but toxic to the liver. Ceylon cinnamon is safe, effective, and clinically proven. Sprinkle on oatmeal, coffee, salads, or dinner dishes. Within days, post-meal crashes stop. Within weeks, fasting glucose improves. No side effects, no expensive prescriptions, just a kitchen spice that restores normal blood sugar and confidence over 60. Did you know your pancreas can get exhausted from overproducing insulin after every meal? Over 60, this roller coaster damages blood vessels, nerves, and kidneys. True cinnamon slows carbohydrate absorption and activates insulin receptors, helping your cells use glucose efficiently. 1 teaspoon per meal reduces spikes, stops crashes, and restores energy. No bloating, diarrhea, or expensive medications. Cassia cinnamon is harmful. Only Ceylon is safe daily. Clinical studies confirm the effect. 29% lower post-meal spikes. Meals become predictable, anxiety fades, and focus returns. Seniors regain control naturally. Small change, huge results. Many seniors feel trapped in blood sugar chaos. Spikes, crashes, and fatigue dominate their day. True cinnamon is the solution they've never been told about. 1 teaspoon per meal flattens spikes, prevents reactive hypoglycemia, and protects the liver when using Ceylon cinnamon. Energy returns, focus sharpens, and anxiety disappears. Cassia cinnamon may worsen liver health if taken daily. Studies show the effect appears within days. By week 1, post-meal peaks are reduced. By month 1, fasting glucose improves. Meals no longer feel risky. Seniors finally feel normal again without medications or side effects. Seniors often rely on expensive prescriptions without realizing a tiny pantry spice works just as well. Acarbose costs $300 per month and causes bloating, gas, and diarrhea. Ceylon cinnamon costs $12 per month, prevents spikes, stops crashes, and restores energy. 1 teaspoon with each meal is all it takes. Polyphenols improve insulin sensitivity, slow carb absorption, and stabilize glucose. Within a week, reactive hypoglycemia disappears. Within a month, A1C and fasting glucose improve. No side effects, minimal cost, maximum results. Post-meal blood sugar spikes may be silently damaging your heart, kidneys, and nerves. True cinnamon prevents this naturally. 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon per meal reduces post-meal glucose by nearly 30%. Reactive hypoglycemia stops, energy returns, and focus improves. Cassia cinnamon contains coumarin, a liver toxin. Avoid it. Sprinkle cinnamon on oatmeal, coffee, salads, or dinner dishes. Within a week, post-meal spikes flatten. Within a month, A1C improves. Seniors over 60 regain control, avoid expensive medications, and restore quality of life. Simple daily use, big impact. Many seniors think blood sugar instability is inevitable after 60. It's not. Ceylon cinnamon stabilizes glucose naturally. 1 teaspoon with each meal slows carb absorption and improves insulin sensitivity. Post-meal peaks decrease, crashes disappear, and energy returns. Anxiety and dizziness vanish. Cassia cinnamon is cheap but harmful. Only Ceylon is safe daily. Sprinkle on breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Within days, results are noticeable. Within a month, fasting glucose improves and A1C drops. No side effects, minimal cost, maximum results. Reactive hypoglycemia causes exhaustion, shakiness, and anxiety in seniors over 60. True cinnamon solves this problem naturally. Polyphenols activate insulin receptors, slowing carb absorption and stabilizing blood sugar. 1 teaspoon per meal prevents spikes and crashes. Cassia cinnamon contains liver-toxic coumarin. Only Ceylon is safe. Within a week, energy returns. Meals are no longer stressful. Within a month, fasting glucose improves, A1C drops, and daily life becomes easier. Small daily habit, big results. Seniors regain control, naturally, affordably, and safely. Many seniors over 60 are unknowingly harming their liver with Cassia cinnamon. True cinnamon, or Ceylon cinnamon, is safe and clinically proven. 1 teaspoon per meal prevents post-meal spikes, reactive hypoglycemia, and fatigue. Energy returns, focus sharpens, anxiety disappears. Sprinkle on oatmeal, coffee, salads, or dinner dishes. Within days, post-meal spikes are reduced. Within weeks, fasting glucose improves. Meals become predictable, and seniors regain confidence in daily health. No side effects, no expensive prescriptions, just one kitchen spice that works. Seniors often endure the blood sugar roller coaster for years. Breakfast spikes, mid-morning crashes, lunch spikes, afternoon crashes, dinner spikes, pre-bed crashes. True cinnamon stops this cycle naturally. 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon per meal flattens spikes, prevents reactive hypoglycemia, and restores energy. Cassia cinnamon is liver toxic. Avoid it. Energy returns. Focus improves. Anxiety disappears. Within a week, blood sugar stabilizes. Within a month, fasting glucose improves, A1C drops, and daily life feels normal. Safe, affordable, clinically proven. Small change, huge life improvement.